Welcome, one and all. It is I. Don't let the name of the channel fool you. We call it the female figure aficionado, for I am the aficionado of female figures. You see before you G.I. Joe's Lady Jaye. G.I. Joe, a series of figures amongst figures. But this is not your typical G.I. Joe figure, though we know the G.I. Joe figures have a fame and reputation for going through many scales, many different forms over their many iterations and many years. The figure you see before you, if you're a action figure fan like myself, you know the language, you know the lingo. Call this 3/4 scale, 1/18 scale. These terms, often used, don't always mean the same thing. A scale most widely known and made popular by the old school Star Wars action figures, and a scale that had the same size, roughly, as the original, not the original, but the G.I. Joe figures that many of us knew, later generations of G.I. Joe fans from the 80s. Though those figures had much more articulation than the standard 5 points of articulation that we knew from the original Star Wars figures. So when ReAction, an action figure retro nostalgia figure company known for producing products that are not toys, that are clearly labeled as not being toys but are for adult collectors, decided to bring their brand of nostalgia craft some years ago to reissuing not just IPs like bands and movies and things that certainly would have a fan base in the nerd culture zeitgeist of the mid to late 2000s, when they decided to take that toy making approach and bring the Star Wars action figure aesthetic and card bound packaging aesthetic back and put it on G.I. Joes, producing G.I. Joe figures that had a similar size factor to the original G.I. Joe figures that we knew from our 80s youth, but lacked the articulation that we were used to. Many people said, what will be the audience? And you'll see on my channel that my figures come out of the box. There's an argument that I'm going to make consistently, which is toys and models and figures are meant to be enjoyed. And if you enjoy them in the box, and that's part of your thing, then that's part of your thing. But if you're doing it because You think there's something about this activity that there's some sort of net benefit to keeping things in boxes. I'm telling you, there's not. It's a fool's errand. Invest money in investments and buy things that you will enjoy opening up and playing with, for want of a better term. Bringing us back to Lady J. The other problem with these reaction figures is the price point. Reaction as a company, I believe, has gone bankrupt. Uh, it's not for me to discuss the business acumen of people involved in the toy manufacturer collectible novelty market. It's not a market to which I'm overly familiar, other than as a consumer. So, I mean, my opinion doesn't really have much value. So I'll leave it to the side, other than to say that, people have spoken and the observable is the observable. A lot of product out there. People talk about Reaction's decision to make action figures. It's like the Funko problem. I mean, do you want to make it? How many M&M Funkos do you want to make? How many? I mean, people talked about the number of reaction figures they made of Outcast, and I would remind these people, forget about the number of figures they made of Outcast. I remind people they made reaction figures of Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels. And people might be saying, who are Run the Jewels? And I say, exactly. That's exactly my point. They were an underground hip hop duo that are known to, you know, probably 12,000 hardcore hip hop aficionados, all of whom went to City College, right? You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows who I don't think, you know what I mean? Who knows? Run the Jewels someone is there are too many people who have authorization at Reaction to who gets figures made at React. I mean, I'm telling you, do you know what I mean? When I saw that Run the Jewels had I'd be like, what are you gonna do? Here, the fact that Run the Jewels have a reaction figure, but I don't know, does Mike Patton have a reaction figure? And if not, why not? Do you know what I mean? How the hell did they miss that one? I don't know. Anyway, back to Lady J. So the price point on these reaction figures are literally they cost as much as at retail as your standard 6-inch figure. Hold on one second, folks. They didn't care to leave a message. Sucks. Anyway, so you go to Target and you'll see these reaction figures, these 5 points of articulation reaction figures, which I love. I love these figures, but you'll see Lady J, the sister right next to us. You'll see her for $22.95, right next to the Hasbro Ultimate 6-inch Lady J with multiple points of articulation, yada yada, full functional bust line, the whole nine, for sometimes less money. So, you know, as a fan of these figures, I would look there and I'd be like, how do I spend $22.95 on this, 4-inch figure, three and 3/4 inch figure, when I could spend the same amount of money and get this other product with full articulation, 6 inches, full articulation, multiple head sculpts, or whatever. It's a tough ask, unless you're going for just pure hardcore collectors with innumerable amounts of dinero to spend, which I think we all know is not the landscape that we're dealing with today. So We wait around. We wait around for things to go on clearance. We wait around for things to go on sale, and they eventually do. And then we make our moves, and we get the items that we want to get, like Sweet Lady Jaye. And I tell you, I'm the full on, full form figure, female figure aficionado. Though her sexuality is not overt or in your face, I tell you, she's every bit the woman to me. She's got class. She's got sass. I've got her, 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 her spear with us. I believe that she also has some sort of like bow and arrow that that goes with her. It's attached. This little her assortment of arrows here. But for the life of me, I couldn't get it out of the. I couldn't find it in the assortment of goodies I had her stored in, and I wasn't going to forego making this video for want of a accessory. The reaction figures have some build quality issues in some of them. I haven't encountered any build issues with Sweet Lady Jaye. The reaction figures, some of them do show off the fact that the company may have intended them to remain in the packaging as collectibles. But I have had no problem with Lady Jaye, any points of her articulation, or noticing any problems with her build quality. Some of the reaction figures, you'll notice that the accessories may not necessarily seem like they were designed to really stay in place in their hands. They tend to be a little bit loose, but not necessarily a problem. This one, the spear will not stay firm in her hand, but it'll stay, like I said, in the resting position, or if you have her just doing the old wise person standing with their spear, she'll do that just fine. And I like her in all sorts of scenes. I like the reaction figures because they're the same scale as those classic Star Wars figures. You'll find a lot of figures that they work with, and because Reaction made so many figures in so many different genres, and they made so many different regular people, they made so many musicians into Reaction figures that you have just like so many normal people, and they made so many figures out of so many normal movies, like people out of The Office, that there's just like a classic collection of just like normal people that you could put like next to like bizarro people, like the neon creature from the well, Fabulous Lagoon, that you could just like have these people like interacting with each other for days. So it's just like, diorama fantasies forever. And it's like diorama, like forget it. Like I am young at heart. These people are totally interacting all day long. What do you mean we ran out of coffee? You know what I mean? Forget it. We'll be here all day. So folks, I love you. I love Lady Jaye. I think she's a heck of a figure. You can put her in your Jurassic Park setups. She's all ready to go. She's ready to be your park ranger. She's ready to give them what for at the campgrounds. She's ready to get your Boy Scouts in order. Heck, she's ready to tell anyone what to do. Okay, folks? Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. Hopefully this video doesn't get too long, and we'll be able to get it to go onto all the upload to all the services there, and there won't be any problem there. You know what I mean? That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for no problems in the old 2025. Okay, so it's me there signing off for you there, and hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to more. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I love you. I love you. I love you, and all that jazz. Okay? Be good.